Mic check 1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Um, it's so nice to be doing this again. Today is May 31st, 2024, and this will be the, I think, fourth or is it fifth one? This live is the fifth live from the values based lifestyle for creators. And thank you so much for joining, Steven. I'm going to wait for other people to join and then speak and then bring up the person that I'm doing this with, and that's Michael Yusuf. So yeah, waiting. Still waiting. I think I'm going to wait for 5 minutes and then I'll just start because I can't wait for everybody to join. Anyway, I'm just going to just do a brief introduction. If you are joining this live for the very first time, my name is Fisayo Patrick, and I'm a content creator, social media strategist, and I am a creative in general. So yeah, like I've been led to create this to do this IG live series while talking to creators like myself on how we can live a life based on positive core values. And this is the fifth session of that live that we're going to be doing, that we're doing now. And today I'm bringing up a friend of mine that will do a lot of justice to this topic on collaboration. And then we get started. So I'm still waiting for more people to join. If you can share this with your friends or tell your friends to join, call your neighbors, call your friends, call your girlfriends and your boyfriends, your pastor, your colleague, your boss, your sister, your brother, that your neighbor that likes to make noise upstairs. Tell as many people as you know to join this live. I'm very excited to be doing this because this is the first, so this is the fifth one, but this is the first one that I'm actually bringing somebody to speak with me, and I was very happy when Michael said he would do this. I was so happy. I actually did the design before I spoke with him, but I'll let him know. Yeah, so we're still waiting for more people to join. Instagram is telling my followers that I've started a video, and hopefully we'll get people to join. Please, can you hear me? This microphone is on, but just to be sure, sure. Still waiting for more people. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to just start. Okay, can you hear me loud and clear? Thank you. I've gotten a lot of feedbacks from this live. A few people have told me, if few people have told me that I play too much and that I should be serious. A few people have also told me that I'm always too serious, that I should try to infuse a lot of my personality. And the truth is that's just how it is. I can't My personality shines through in anything that I do. I can't hide it. So I'm a very playful person. So it shines through. So I remember last one. I sort of started late. I think I started at 7:01, 7:02, and I wasn't ready. So I was brushing my hair, and then my friend, well, after the live, my friend told me that he's so disappointed. I was live, and he joined, and the first thing I did was brush my hair. That he was so angry with me. That what kind of unserious person is this? So that's why I'm not going to brush my hair in this one. I've brushed my hair before joining. And one more minute and then I'll just start. Michael should be waiting, so I don't want to delay him. I think I should just make him up, right? Am I doing giveaway? I'm going to tell you at the end of the live. Whoa. I'm trying to get this thing to Olamide, good of you to join. Yeah, so we'll start. So yeah, the title of the topic that we're going to be talking about on this live is called this topic while I was reading a book a few weeks ago called In Search of Timothy by Tony Cook. I think I have the book here. Okay, this is it. In Search of Timothy by Tony Cook. I got the idea to just so what the book was basically talking about was the fact that many churches and many church leaders lack people in the supportive ministry, right? People who would come and work with the pastors, whether they are getting paid or whether they are volunteering. And in the book made reference um, to the relationship between Timothy and Paul a lot. And it talked about how Paul, who was like a very great minister at that time, lacked a lot of support and assistance in his ministry work, especially in the last stages of his work. I'm trying to bring Michael up. Yeah. So it was talking about how he lacked help. He lacked a lot of help, um, especially in the last stages of his ministry. The times when he was in prison. Okay, I think I've done that. Yeah. So especially those times when he was in prison. Michael, hi.
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so
Okay.
much for doing this.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Let me tell you one. Let me just confess to you right now. The day that I came to your office and I asked that you do that live, I've actually done the design. I have written everything down. I've written your name that I'm going to do with you. I've done the design. I've saved it on my phone.
Are you
So So that day that I came, I now asked, and you said yes. I was very happy that day. I was really, really happy that day. Because when I got the idea to do the topic, it was you that came to my mind. Like you're the only person
Wow.
that came to my mind. So I was very happy that you did it. So I'm not gonna take your time at all. Next 20 minutes you should be out of here because I understand that you're on the road. So I was
Yeah.
saying that I got the idea to talk about this topic when I read a book called In Search of Timothy by Tony Cook. And the book was talking about how a lot of pastors, a lot of churches lack support, especially from people in supportive ministry. So they lack people who can help. Pastors lack support, churches lack support, and things like that, right? And the book made a lot of reference to the relationship between Timothy and Paul and how Paul lacked a lot of help. He lacked assistance during those times of his ministry while he was in prison. So there was nobody available to help him, do the work while he was in prison. The only person available was Timothy. So I started to study it, and then I saw that, Moses also had the same issue, right? So Joshua was the only one who was there. Another person that lacked support was Elijah, I think. When he was complaining to God that he's the only one and all of that. So that's not really the focus of the life, but it just made me realize that a lot of people do not like to partner or collaborate with other people based on so many things, especially the fact that they are busy running their own race, which is fine. So, but I really understand that God wants us to work together. God wants everybody to work together. That's why the book explained a concept called deficient by design, in which only there's nobody on earth that has every skill, everything they need. We all are deficient. The only person that had everything was Jesus when he was on earth. And even with that, Jesus still had needed people to work with him. He still chose disciples. So Jesus still partnered with a lot of people to grow his ministry. So these days, a lot of us creators, I think we it's good that we have our own personal projects, we have our own personal plans, goals, agenda, and all of that. But I see that the Bible says two heads are better than one. So I see that if we partner with each other, we will go a bit far. So while I was thinking about it, you just came to my mind. I realized I see all the things that you do. I see that you don't have issues working with people. You don't have issues partnering with people. You don't have issues bringing people on board to do stuff for you. So really, I want to just share with us as briefly as you can the journey about that. How it has been for you. What gave you the idea that collaboration or partnership is very important? So you can quickly share that with us.
Oh, okay. Fisayo, I want to say thank you for inviting me for this session. But
Yeah,
sorry for all the, like, I'm not in a settled place, but just if you should just manage it for me, is also not really, I've
no
already talk
problem.
so I have to be everywhere. So thank you. So on collaboration, and people don't
All
see,
right.
there's a common saying that if you want to go, how's it said? Go, if you want to go fast or far,
You want to
you
go
go
fast?
alone. Yeah. If you want to go fast, you go alone, right? But if you want to go
Yeah.
far,
If you
you
want to
go
go
with
far,
people.
you go with others.
Yeah. So you understand? And I think that for the earlier extent, people have to begin to think the big picture. There's something that people have to understand, that it is better that you own 100% of 1,000. Or sorry, instead of owning 100% of 1,000, that it is better to own 1% of 1 billion. Do you get what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you have 100% ownership of something, but that thing is just very small. Do you understand? Then you own just 1% of a billion things. Do you know how much what it will be in
Yeah.
equation to what only you owns, right? And
Yeah.
people have to understand that if you really want to grow, you need to deprive yourself of this self glory. Like, that is there's this urge to receive accolades, right? So where we see great collaborators or great people that collaborate is people that don't really care who takes the glory, right? So, because a lot of people always want to take the glory, you want to be seen, you want everybody. No, see you like let's watch even in the church, right? You see whereby a lot of people are working behind the scenes even more than the pastor, but the people that everybody knows
Yeah.
is the pastor, right? But these people still live a very much more accomplished life, and I
You're
think,
frozen.
oh shit, maybe yeah, am I better now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So people still live a more accomplished life by, collaborating in one or two. So when it now comes to when we talk about business, a lot of people will feel like, make I do it myself. See, there is a level to where you can do it yourself. There's this psychology of do it yourself. There's a level that you can really go to, because there's one thing that you said at the beginning of the session, that nobody is complete on itself,
Yeah.
right? That we have different strengths, that we have different areas. So just imagine that you now want to take years to go and study marketing when you can collaborate on somebody that has the strength of marketing, right? And all of you can still share the profit and you will still be fine. So now only you want to be the marketing manager, you want to be the sales, you want to be the HR, only you want to be the operation, only you want to be. How long do you want to go with that? I think is a poverty mindset. Then
It is.
the thing about poverty mindset is that you want to own everything. Is a poverty mindset, right? Go and check. I don't think there is anybody that I know of that has done great things by itself. Go and check all these Fortune 400, 500 companies like Google, like whatever. There's nothing that one person successfully did on his own. It is not possible. So if you really want to do greater works, right, you need good and inspire people to make it in those respective callings,
Yeah.
right? So there are so many visions that you might receive. Do you understand? See, collaboration is extremely. People don't know collaboration is the future, and
Collaboration is
some
the
of
future.
us,
That's right.
and I feel like some of us tend to do business or execute visions the way our parents did it, right? And we have begun to transcend this into our own generation. And our generation, times are changing. It's very, very different. Yes, it's true. Our parents' time, there were so many backstabbing. There were so
Yeah.
many, people that they work with that somebody stole their money. Yeah, that was then. In this generation, you can hold people more accountable. There's what we call contracts. There's what we call, there's what we call, there are so many principles that could guide, whereby where you have
I can
co-founders,
protect.
there are some structures that you can put in place that can help you, easily collaborate with people. So it's better
Yeah.
now. So don't let all those past experiences of some stories that you have heard, you know, is really part of the process. No matter what you have gone through, you have to understand that if you really want to grow or go far, you have to collaborate. Let me just not overemphasize that. People have to begin to find creative ways that you can collaborate with people, and you will now see the growth that will come through doing that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Everything you've said, I know that you're saying it from a place of experience because of the things that I've seen that you do, and really, I'm very, very, it's really important that we know all these things. You mentioned the fact that some of the things that we believe now are things that we learn from our parents, which is true. I remember when a friend of mine told me that his dad did a business with a colleague, and then he was he died. So he said that his mom said the man was the one that killed the father because of the money, and then the man, took 100% of the company. And then the guy said in his life he would never partner with anybody. That kind of experience would actually, cause somebody like him to believe that collaboration is wrong. And thank you very much for sharing that. I want you to also talk to us about times where you have collaborated with people and you had a bad experience, and times when you've had a good experience from it. If you have any stories like that, you can share. Any collaboration you've done or partnerships you've done that something bad came out of it, and then another one that something good came out of.
Okay, so this is the thing about collaboration, right? So some of us have some very, very funny or terrible stories, but
Yeah, we
same
do.
way we have some good stories, right? So now I
Yeah.
want to take me through memory lane. Yeah, yeah. I've had unless I want to lie, yes, I've had places whereby I did some collaboration and it went sour. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what was the story? Do I need to give those details? Okay. So I don't like to share bad
You
news.
can just
Can I
say
go
it
to the
without
good
giving
news?
details.
Okay, let's round it up, Abby. Okay, so the thing was that
Yeah.
okay, so I was in collaboration with someone, and I think that so it was pretty much a collaboration of sharing space together, right? And I think that so I think maybe there were some issues which is normal in business that you guys will not disagree is a lie. See the moment that you are in collaboration with somebody and there's no fight, just know that disaster is like very, very, very big disaster is coming,
That's
right? You
true.
guys must have some little disagreement to agree. It's part of the process, right? Especially when money is involved, is a different ball game, right? So I remember that the person now wanted to, okay, the person was going through a transition, but okay, how do I say it so that I give enough context to it? Okay,
Without
we
really
were
talking.
paying for a particular space together. So this person went to go and so it was time to make payment, like to renew our payment, right? So I never knew that this person had went to get another new space. Are you getting me? Without informing me. And this was as at the time that we were supposed to make a new payment. So me, I'd found my own part of the payment. I was now waiting for the person to bring his own part of the payment, and I was left hanging.
Wow.
Do you understand? And the person don't tell me anything, and the person just break off everything, and I just saw that they were doing launch of a new space. That was how I got to know that it was the launch that I heard. I saw video online. Somewhere that we are in business together.
Wow.
so, but it was fine. But does that now mean that I'm not? I'm still in good relationship with that person till now.
Okay.
Do you get? So, uh, and regardless of whatever happens in any relationship, don't break a relationship. Do you understand? Because you never know what might happen tomorrow. That person might still be useful to me. Do you get in the
Yeah.
long run? But that sad story happened, right? Do you get? So now when you talk about see right now where I am now, I'm collaborating with somebody, right, in the real estate firm, and we are doing some mad work because and this is a relationship that has been fruitful for years. Do you get? And I'm still learning, and because the person have very strong strength more than me in the real estate sector, right? And I can't do it on my own.
No,
Do you
you
get?
can.
So if I now go and start doing everything on my own, it would take me longer time. So all I needed to do was to what? Collaborate with somebody with more experience in that field. Then I bring in my own branding and marketing expertise. Then we work together. And that's what we are still doing, right? So that's a good story of collaboration, right?
Okay.
So these are my two
Thank
stories.
you. Thank you very much. I'm going to release you very soon. So finally, just talk about I want you to share with people on the call now where they can find you, like what you actually do and where they can find you, patronize you, follow you and all of
So
that.
I'm a straight up. I'm a businessman, but I
Yeah.
just hide under design and branding. Do you get? But what give I love to have experiences and especially with business, right? So if they want to find me, this Andrew is my account. Well, another place whereby you can also see me doing great work is Mentis Academy, which furthers my
Yeah.
passion for, I'm an educator. I love to teach. I love to see people life transform. Take somebody from point A to point B is something that gives me joy. So that's what I try and achieve with the academy at Mentis. But I do every other business. We have a printing press whereby we print large format and all those things. So I do various other businesses, but you can if you just follow me on this, and they can on my page.
Okay.
You will see every other things that I do.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Something came to my mind that I wanted to talk about. I just that skipped that skipped my mind, but so okay, yeah, I remember when you told me then that you really want to go into education because you want to reproduce people, like you want to produce people who are skilled. I remember when you shared that thing with me a few years ago, and that's exactly what you're doing now. So it just
Exactly.
shows that you know you are putting a lot
I
into it.
remember
You
I
don't
shared
just
shared
say
that
it.
with you when I went to start.
Yes. When I started seeing Mentis Academy, I was like, this is what you said you would do, and you will do it. And it's nice to see that you are doing that. It's also nice to see that you are raising people. I've met people who I've actually taught a few classes, right? And
Yeah.
when I talk about design, I'll just say there's a friend of mine that does design, and I mention your name, and then they'll say, people say, yes, I know, he taught me. That's happened a few times, right? So I see the people that you have taught, the products that you have made, and I want to say a big thank you for doing that. I want to say a big thank you for being a good collaborator, a constructive collaborator. So I'm going to be releasing you now to go and also, make money so that you can spend it on us as we come to visit you. All right. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
I
much
don't
for.
mind coming back to come and do a proper like teaching on. 'Cause I have a note that I prepared, so I know we are just doing this like a
Okay,
quick
yeah,
one,
that's true.
but
Let me write it down.
fine.
Actually, I'm going to
So,
save this live so that if you tell me you're not available, I'll just play this part for you so you know that you said
you know me, I
you are
always create time.
coming.
I can't turn you down. Oh yeah, now.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you. All right. If that was Michael Yusuf, and he's a brand designer, he's a graphic designer, he's an all-round businessman, and really I've learned so much from Michael, and it was fun to bring him on board. So I just want to explain in brief minutes because I'm supposed to be out of here by 7:35, right? So I'm not going to take anybody's time. I want to talk about why the word constructive collaborator. So I realized that some people, like Michael shared the story about how he collaborated with somebody and the person went behind his back to make a decision that he didn't know about. So some collaborations are wrong, some partnerships are wrong, some partnerships will actually land you in trouble. So it is important that you know who you are working with, who you are collaborating with. It is important for you as well to be a good collaborator, to be a constructive collaborator. So the word constructive means like constructive collaborator is a good team player, right? You are there for the good of the project you're working on. You don't have your own personal agenda. You're not trying to milk people dry. You're not trying to put your own agenda ahead of the person or the team that has brought everybody together. So a constructive collaborator is somebody who works effectively with others to achieve a common goal, contributing positively to group dynamics and outcomes. So the key traits of somebody who is a constructive collaborator is that they can communicate effectively. And I think I've done a few IG lives where I talked about communication being a good core value, right? So you can communicate clearly, and communication is not just about you talking and talking all the time. Communication is also about you to listening to people that are on board, listening to people that are on the team, listening to feedback and all of that. So it's not about you airing your opinions and sharing your views. It's also Madam says she will add constructive collaborator to our series. That's good. It's also about you listening to ideas, right? Listening to. I was watching a video by Ibukun Awosika, and he said what makes a good business person, a successful founder, is the fact that they listen to ideas, they listen to other people. It's not my way or the highway. Your teammates are also important, right? It's very important to know that. Another thing is they respect different perspectives and value the contributions of all team members. It's very important. So I lead a team of creatives in my church, and one thing that I make sure that we do is that everybody will contribute. Everybody will give ideas on something. If there's a new project we're working on, if there is we're doing our quarterly meetings, everybody has to contribute something, right? It is important because as the team lead, I don't have all the answers. I don't have half of the answers. I don't have half of the ideas, but everybody needs to contribute because people are coming from different places. They have beautiful ideas. So if you're a leader, if you are a collaborator, a creator, right, you need to respect people's ideas and opinions. You also need to listen to people. Another thing is they are flexible and willing to adapt to changing circumstances and new information. So that change reminds me of the video I watched. The video I watched. Okay, I think it was the platform Nigeria. Bukan was talking about change, and she was saying that change is very very important, right? So normally as a human being, you need to. They said change is the constant is the only constant thing. So you need to focus on change, right? But at the same time, there are some things about you that cannot change. For instance, your values, right? These values that we're talking about are also important. So you know that this is what you do. It can't change, right? But when change comes, you need to be able to adapt. And that is a key trait of somebody who is a good team player. Another thing is empathy. So they understand and consider the feelings and needs of others and fostering an inclusive environment. So if as a I'm coming from the angle of leadership because I lead teams, right? I think that's why I'm coming from the angle of leadership. But whatever level that you are, whether you are the one leading the team or you are just collaborating with someone, it is important that you empathize with people. If someone tells you, if somebody cannot do a particular task because they have something, there's something wrong, there's an underlying problem. You as the collaborator, as a constructive collaborator, need to figure out why. Sorry, I keep checking my microphone because this microphone can mess you up. It can just go off in the middle of what you are doing. So those are the traits that you need to have. And overall, a constructive collaborator enhances the productivity and cohesion of a team, helping to achieve shared objectives efficiently and harmoniously. Now, if you are collaborating with someone and you see, like Michael said, they have a particular skill that you don't have, it is important for you to let them shine, let them use that skill to achieve the common goal. I have seen people that work with other people, but once they see that the person they are working with is doing, is coming up in their task, they want to sabotage it. Listen, John the Baptist was not territorial. John the Baptist was not defensive. When Jesus came, he understood his place and he stepped back. And what he did was he even encouraged his own followers to follow Jesus, to be loyal to Jesus, right? He understood his assignment. He understood when it was time for somebody else to step in. So it's important that you know how to do that. And it's not easy, right? You might be very good at something and then you see somebody coming in that is better. It's not easy to just step back. We are saying it like it's easy, but it's not. You might feel rebellious. You might not be happy. But, wow. Sorry. Never speak like. I'll just round up. Okay, so the next live is going to be the last Friday of this month, and we are going to be. I really don't know what the topic is yet. I don't know what I'm bringing on board yet, but best believe that it's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'm too dark to continue to talk. Thank you so much for joining everyone that is on this call. Thanks so much for joining. I'll put this video in my YouTube channel. It will also be on Instagram, so you can check it out. Bye bye. Thank you for joining. Thank you everybody. Lawrence, Steven, Lekon, Olamide. Thank God everybody that I know. Thank you for joining. Bye.